It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good luck!
Views and comments expressed by the hosts, their guests, callers, and advisors on Eye of the Nation are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Eye of the Nation is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Eye of the Nation is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2026. All rights are reserved.
Hello, welcome to Eye on the Nation. I'm Levan Miller.
I'm Sandy Brown. See, I tried to put on a color today.
Yeah,
that's
I
not.
like your little olive. What is this, olive and
It's like
white?
I don't know.
It's olive.
Because y'all say all I wear is black and white
Yeah,
or black.
yeah.
So this is like a olive, but
Olive?
it's not
Yeah.
coming across as olive on the TV.
What does
I
it
don't
look
know.
like, gray?
I don't know what color it looks like on TV.
Yeah,
But welcome to Eye on the Nation.
yeah. I have a wonderful little story to tell you.
Oh, jeez. Is this a story you actually want to hear?
Yes, listen to me. Yesterday, I left here in distress.
How come?
I couldn't figure it out. I was having distress, right? And could you believe it? Do you know who rescued me? His Majesty's men. His Majesty's men, they whisked in and they came to my rescue yesterday.
I don't even know what any of that
I was in
means.
distress. So I left from the studio yesterday, and then lo and behold, I found myself in distress.
Distress how?
I was in distress. I was stranded on the side of the road, and Pookie them could have come get me. And I said to myself, wow, I'm typically the person that people call when they're in distress. So I don't know who I should call because I'm in distress.
Yeah.
And guess who I call?
Who?
I call His Majesty's men. You know, they work for Chantal. And I said, listen, I'm in distress and I need some rescuing.
So what did you need to have done?
I needed to get off the side of the street. I was stuck on the side of the street.
And you didn't want to push the car by yourself?
No. Come on, you have to know that if Levon was driving the car, I was on the side of the road. But anyway, I have to send a shout out to PC 941 LVs and PC 60 Sinpri, who, they just come and they were so. They did this so like.
Okay, well, shout out to them.
And they just, made sure. And I said, wow. I wonder if everybody know how efficient the police is. That's so wonderful. The police force is so wonderful.
It depends on who you ask. I saw a video of police pulling one man out of the car yesterday.
Yeah.
That man probably would not describe the police as wonderful.
And so I want to say to the Commissioner of Police, listen to me. You have many police officers. But you do not have police officers like that, Police Constable 941.
Okay.
And Police Constable. I want you to give them medals of commendation.
Because they help you on the side of the road.
Because I understand that as a Justice of the Peace, I held up my seal and I said, halt, for I am a Justice of the Peace. And they said, Justice of the Peace, what can we do for you?
You know, somebody told me today that I look like the type of woman, if I get stuck on the side of the road, that I would change my own tire. Where would y'all get that from?
Well, you're the one who could start the... You brag.
Someone literally said
You
I
brag
could
on the
open
TV
up
and tell
the
the people
chat.
how you could charge your own battery.
Yeah, I jump a car.
Yeah. They figure you might just go straight for it.
What in Sandy Brown, Francesca Brown, what in the last couple months of conversations that we've been having would ever make y'all think that I change in a tire?
The tequila. It must be the tequila.
I was like, Me?
Yeah.
They was like, you just look like the type. They were actually talking about me and you.
Yeah.
And they was like, I'll read the message because I want to mess it up.
Right.
They said, and I quote, oh, geez, I just do this now. And I quote, you look like if you get a flat tire, you change it yourself.
Yeah.
And he would call a tow truck for help.
I would probably call a tow truck.
I call it a tow truck
Yeah,
too.
I would call it tow truck. Not because I can't change a tire, right? But because, man, I'm 40, right?
You serious?
And when you get 40, you just don't want to do some things.
I don't care how old I is.
Yeah.
Changing a tire would require me to have to touch a tire, which is always dirty and greasy.
Right.
Right? The spare,
Right.
whatever. It would require me to have to come out of the car in the sun.
Right.
Oh no, it's just too many factors. I call in somebody. I call in somebody. Which is very sad because, you know, my mom is very handy.
Yeah.
Like changing a tire,
Yeah.
putting out some
those
tiles.
are actually the worst kind of women to have
Like-
because those DIYers, they don't stop.
She don't stop.
They don't stop.
But,
Yes, I want you to
But you
stop.
have to know, you have to know your people.
Yeah.
And she know I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't understand how this person can say I
Yeah.
look like I would change a tire.
She's definitely not the changing tire kind. Yeah.
I would sit on the side of that road. The tire could be right there, and I ain't changing it.
And so the Commissioner of Police,
Oh, jeez.
Superintendent Smooth Battle, and his wonderful team. Listen,
Shout
they
out to
are
the
so
police. Okay,
wonderful.
shout out to the police.
Eye on the Nation will be back right after these messages.
Here at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store, we believe in our prices. That's why we offer our price match guarantee. If you find any of our items being sold for a lower price at any of our competitors, whether that's online or in store, let us know about it and we'll beat the price right there on the spot. No one does it like CBS Bahamas. Learn more at cbsbahamas.com.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Hello, welcome back to Eye on the Nation. I'm Levi Miller.
I'm Sandy Brown.
You could be okay.
I'm waiting to see.
Oh boy.
Because I saw something pop up. I'm waiting to see. Can I even be curious?
You could be. Listen, curiosity kills the cat.
Satisfaction brought him back.
Yeah, I tell you that. That's
Yeah?
that's the reason for me to do it every time I do it.
This is a new thingy.
We big time. What you thought?
Okay, sorry.
Someone tell me today, say, oh, we doing a little live remote at my their little location. So I say, y'all doing a live remote by your little location? She said, yeah, we having a little live remote by my location. I say, so why you ain't sending for the big team? So she say, no, because we just want to be on. They call another station. I say, I can tell you all don't know big time people. Yeah,
Anyway.
If you're having big time things, you got to send for big time people, all right?
But before we get into our conversations for today, we should have brought that off-air conversation on air. But anyway, maybe we have time later and we could talk about the different types of men. Because you have boombox types of men, and then you have nothing type of men, apparently. Boombox? Nothing. Anyway.
These fellas were singing in the rain in leather jacket. I ain't listening to them.
Friends say he still could sing in the rain.
In a leather jacket.
He say nothing but no leather jacket. But he say,
You know how long it
is
take
his
to-
woman mad at him? He
You know how long it
outside
take
in
to
the
put your
rain.
Timberlands to dry if you let them get wet in the rain?
See, that's the problem with y'all men these days. He say jean jacket. He say jean jacket. Friends say he's singing outside. His woman mad at him. He outside in the
If you
boombox.
wet up your Timberlands in the rain, they could be wet for 2 weeks. You can't take that
He
chance.
say you block him. He coming to your house. He coming to your job. Just putting it out there. This one say he ain't doing nothing.
It depends. It depends on how we lay with the fox.
Anyway, with Canoe, Bahamian businesses can access their funds right at home, enjoy faster payouts, process payments 24/7, and move money at your convenience. So Bahamian business owners can accept payments online with Canoe. Explore Canoe's API and invoicing features to get paid locally and internationally. Canoe is a Bahamian fintech helping local merchants accept payments fast and easy. Did I say that already? Canoe empowers entrepreneurs to get paid quickly and to grow.
Canoe, where getting paid quickly and growing matters.
All right, and if you're looking to unwind or detox, calm teas and a 14-day detox tea await you at herbalbeautysupplyconcepts.com, or you can give them a call at 818-7831. All right, let's jump into it. Someone say, after all that, and we still don't know what happened to Lee. He just had a flat tire, yo. Nothing serious.
Wow.
They wanted to
I
know.
just put my personal business out there like that.
I didn't tell them the rest of the story. You want me to tell them the rest of the
Listen,
story?
His Majesty's men are to be thanked.
you
and
realize
I'm
that-
grateful for their service.
This big gray man
Yes.
had to be rescued from a flat tire. I say, Levin, why you ain't change your tire yourself? You want to hear the answer he gave me?
What?
He said my pants was yellow. He's saying these yellow pants?
We yellow pants.
I ain't gonna tell them the rest of the story because I'm trying to save you some little self-respect. But the man said he ain't changing no tire because he had on yellow pants.
My friends are my friends.
Yellow
And the
pants.
police are my friends.
You see how you have to be
And I
careful who
was
you
in
date?
distress.
You see how you have to be careful who you
I
date,
was in
ladies?
distress.
Ladies, pay attention.
Could you imagine if crime had happened?
Could
to me?
you imagine if your woman, if saw fans would break down on the side of the road and saw fans call you and say, babes, I need
that's a
to
different-
get...
that's a different kettle
You
of
ain't
fish.
gonna get that yellow
The
pants
different kettle
dirty
of
for
fish
saw
is- the different
fans?
kettle of fish is
Would you get the yellow pants dirty?
No, and let me tell you why. Because when I come in with the cavalry. I come in with the cavalry. You follow my point? So
Okay.
I'm very listen to me. They saved me from being a victim of crime.
Oh, okay.
Imagine if I was stuck on the side of the road and crime happened to me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
They say it's gold, it looks gold on
They ought
TV.
to be commended.
Yeah,
I want
okay,
them to have.
I guess so,
a
but it's
matter of
not
fact,
gold.
I'm going to write a letter of commendation. I want the commissioner to consider them for awards of commendation for their wonderful
The
national
man
service.
had to be rescued by the police off the side of the road because he refused to change a tire because he had on yellow pants. Be careful of who y'all date, ladies.
What are you talking about?
Be careful of the men you have in your life.
What are you
That's
talking
all I've.
about?
You can imagine, yeah, mommy. You telling this story to your friends now. Yeah, child.
You wouldn't
The
even know
police
what
had to go
happened.
save Levin because
But you
he
wouldn't- if-
couldn't change a tire. What
if
you mean he couldn't
Saw
change a tire?
Fans-
Oh,
if
because he had on
Saw
yellow
Fans
pants.
called
First of all, why you had on
She
yellow
wouldn't
pants?
even know what happened. All she would know is a car would pick her up and whisk her away from this danger. And we would put her where she was safe. And the next time she see her car, it would have a tire on it.
We don't
That's
believe-
a big operation
we don't
I run
believe
in,
anything you say
I
because
like the
you-
Raymond
you-
Reddington of Nassau.
We
You
didn't
know that,
believe
right?
that because you just say just now, if Saw fans mad at you, she gonna have to stay mad.
I like to let them be mad, yeah. Because I want you to search for logic in your emotion. You see, a woman is like a volcano, right? So you let the volcano explode. Boom. That don't matter to me. Now, when this stuff then slide down the side of the mountain, let's see if we can figure it out.
You know,
But the explosion, man, that don't do no damage.
before we move on, but you realize, I don't think most men know this, right? If a woman is mad, the logic that I'm giving her time to calm down don't work. The longer you let her be mad, the madder she gets. You realize that, right?
I don't. No, I don't. Nor am I prepared to deal with that. At whatever point that kettle cool, we could have it. What we can't do is deal with a hot kettle.
Friend and Nessie, his woman mad at him. He going to the boombox outside in the rain.
No, you can.
He say he go into the house. Friend say you block him, he is going to find you, and he's going to make sure you have.
decompression chamber because a lot of times.
No, that makes it worse.
Unless you decompress, right? We are not arguing any facts. All we arguing
Nobody's
is your
talking
feeling.
about arguing, you know.
No, I'm
all
saying-
that
when I
woman
say
want to
arguing any fact,
all she want to know is, you sorry?
Yes, but we have to now lay out the
Say
facts.
sorry first.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Hey, this one definitely don't know how.
Okay.
Anyway, we have more things to talk about. Maybe we'll talk about that later if we have some time and we can get into it.
Okay.
This lady says she changed her tire before. Hopefully your pants was in yellow. Because when you
Sometimes I wear yellow pants.
When you have on yellow pants, you can't change tires. So rent control.
Rent control.
So I think we kind of talked about this before. The government had hinted that this was something that they wanted to do, and now they're saying that there's a bill that's supposed to go before Parliament whenever Parliament reopens. You remember what the date was?
I don't remember when they're going back, but I know it'll be this month.
Yes, but it's supposed to, protect renters. I think you and I had disagreements, well, not disagreements, but we looked at it from two different
vantages.
perspectives. You looked at it from the landlord's perspective, and I looked at it from the tenant's perspective. But I think most Bahamians will look at it from the tenant's perspective, especially people who are trying to rent. If you have been paying attention to any of the rental prices, I wish I had screenshot this. I saw somebody posted an efficiency for rent. It was $1,100. Nothing was included, right? This efficiency don't even have a fridge.
What makes it an efficiency?
No, I lied. It had a fridge and it had a stove.
Okay.
How are you supposed to cook? It was an efficiency that's attached to somebody's house. So it's like their house, and then they had like a main house, and they had like a little house on the side.
Right.
You build a whole efficiency. No stove?
We build it for the little.
No stove?
You know
So
the-
if I want to cook now, I come into your house to cook
No,
it.
you gotta get yourself a beauty.
And it's $1,100. It only about as big as here.
Right.
Right? And the only thing that's kind of, they have like one of those little, what you call it? We can have that,
the
you know.
accordion
The accordion
shutter?
doors, yeah. To separate the bathroom. That's it. $1,100.
Again, like I said,
Folk sale, by the way.
I don't disagree that some of
And
these.
you don't think government need to be like, y'all doing the most?
I don't disagree that some of the rent is exorbitant. That doesn't mean that many of the tenants aren't atrocious. And when
I don't disagree with
and
that.
when you consider some of the damage, I had a set of tenants at one point in some of our properties, right? How do you get footprint, not shoe print, footprint on a ceiling?
I can tell you how you can get some footprints on the ceiling.
In the kitchen.
I can
You
tell you
want
how
me-
you can get some footprints on the ceiling.
And I'm just like, how are you people doing this? You know what I mean? Like, and I hope that in their legislation, they actually create a renters database.
Well-
Because I need to be able to type in, is Sonny, forget all of this, you bring me a letter from 2 of your cousins. Is Sonny horrible as a tenant?
But then who's doing that? It might be the landlord, right?
Right.
But the landlord may have an issue with something. Or it could be because I've known people who've moved out of apartments. I've personally moved out of apartments and have not gotten $1 of my money back, right? The apartment was left clean. You won't get your money back for whatever reason. I've also been in a situation where there was some damage, didn't get any money back, but I understood that. But then you also have to realize some of these landlords you had a tenant for 10 years in this place. There's going to be wear and tear in
Right.
this.
Well,
It's
the contract
no way.
should speak to that normal and ordinary wear and tear.
But who is determining what is normal and ordinary? You.
Yes, and I'll tell you why, right?
You.
Like, so
And then you
again,
would get
as
mad
somebody
at
in the
me.
renter space, I'll tell you one thing that I never could understand.
Okay.
I have lived in the house that I live in for 17 years. I have never changed the bathroom fixture in there. The bathroom fixture in my house is the very same one in all the rental properties. I don't put things in our rental property that ain't in my actual house.
Okay.
Because I know the durability.
Okay.
How tenants just break these knobs off these shower
Let me ask you something.
iconics? What y'all doing in these shower?
It's just you, right?
What you mean if it's just me?
It's just you.
Yeah, but okay,
It's just
in
you.
that
So-
house, but in the
but
house
if
where
you
my
are-
mother lives,
but
she
if-
has the same fixtures.
But
and
if you
feature.
are renting an apartment to a woman and
much
her
you all
3
in there?
kids, and her 3 kids or 2 kids, that's 4 people turning one knob as opposed to 1 person turning one knob.
How you all keep? Okay, fine. So
And churn is break anything.
This my
Churn
point.
will-
How
hold
you all
on, but
keep
you
breaking
also.
these?
But my thing is, you have children, so you know that children will break something that is indestructible. You didn't even know that could break, and don't sit here and
I
act
don't disagree.
like
but I'm
one of
just
your
saying-
boys he never
No,
breaks
I
something
completely
you
agree
didn't
with
even realize could break.
I entirely
Okay.
listen to me. And as a matter of fact, I tell people because I have an anointing on my life to fix things. You know what I've discovered throughout my life as an adult man? I am attracted to women that could break things. Like No, I'm serious. Like, I apparently, if we date, you could break anything, right? Like, you could break a rock.
These women is be fighting you. You must be fighting for
Right?
your life.
And
I want to have some of the stories
and
one
the
day.
truth of the matter about it is, when you think about, okay, so you see a broken handle in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't a broken handle. I need a tile man. I need a mason. I need a plumber. So you say, I give you
broken
a minute.
handle?
Yes, I gotta cut this out the wall.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
You're doing a lot now. But anyway, what he's saying is they're trying to strike a balance between protecting the landlords and also protecting the tenants. Because in the landlord's defense, I do agree that it's too much to try and kick somebody out your apartment. You cannot just kick someone out your
Correct.
apartment. As a matter of fact, I know a landlord who kicked a tenant out the apartment because they didn't pay rent in like 6 months. So went in there, took all the stuff out, put it outside. It rained.
Oh yeah, he can get sued for that.
She sued a block off of
Yeah, he
him.
can get sued for that.
And she added in things in it. Like she had things that was what you call it? Memories. It meant a lot to her.
Sentimental.
Sentimental value.
Yeah, so she paying and
And
suffering.
pain and suffering, and by the time she finished, she almost did own the building.
Oh.
So I do get that there should be some, because you also can't just be living in somebody's place and not paying because the rent.
Unless the prime minister tells you not to,
Yeah.
right? Because in COVID,
If you keep, COVID was a different
Hold on,
situation. We're
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
normal situation.
No, but
Don't bring up COVID. That's a
watch the
different
quagmire
situation.
though, right?
Okay.
Because you have a prime minister who tells a tenant, don't pay your landlord no rent. But he don't talk to the bank. So every month the tenant don't pay me rent. Guess what? Habib
Yeah, but that was
from the People Bank still call me.
a different situation. We talking about in
I'm not
normal
disagreeing.
circumstances.
So, but here's the thing: the person who has been instructed by the prime minister to don't pay me no rent. Every time I drive past the house I own, man, they out there having a quinceañera.
Yeah, but that's a different situation. We talking about normal, everyday situations, okay? We ain't talking about COVID. That was the whole world. Listen, nobody was making money. Where you wanted me to pull the money out to pay you?
You ask Habib.
Banks,
When
no, but
Habib
the banks
come in,
said,
say,
nah,
"Hello,
don't do that," because the banks was giving people.
Which one?
Several banks. As a matter of fact, these banks was out here preying on people. The banks was calling people and asking them if they wanted loans. They was giving people loans to pay their bills, and then they killed them with the interest after they was
remember
getting them
one time
loans.
the people them
So
called
I
me
don't
for
know.
our properties,
They must
right?
don't like you.
And you know what I ask him? I say, Habib, ain't no COVID in where you is it? Because I don't know. You have a TV. COVID in the whole world, my brother. Why you keep calling me for money?
Anyway,
But again,
so they said they want to restore the balance.
I
So
only
they want to
hope-
look out for the tenants and the
I
landlords.
only hope, and this is the only thing that I would require from the government for me to consider the policy decent and reasonable. We have to create a database. So if you get put before the court as a tenant, you go in this database.
Okay, I think put him before the court, but I think also letting the
should be able to
landlord
give a
say,
review.
yeah, I know, because your review could also be biased.
But I feel like
I think things like if you had to go before the courts, yes, things
Sonny,
like that.
I've had situations, again, I've been in the renting space for quite some time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've had situations where I ain't care you to court because I know you ain't got no money. I just so happy to have you over to my house. I ain't care that you owe me $4,000.
Yeah, I just don't trust Bahamians, to be honest. They might not, you may move or they place, they may not like you. It may be in a whole thing, but you may have been an exemplary tenant the whole time.
Sure.
Now all of a sudden I get a 1-star.
But you move out my place, right? And now I need to pay someone $400 to clean up in here because you ain't dumped nothing.
Well, you ain't paying
live-
$400
live
because
every-
you ain't give me my security deposit back. The $1,000 that I put down, you ain't give me that
so
back.
I'm saying, when you talk about the security deposit, right? A lot of time people think that's for puncturing the wall. Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
You leave these two big right here. I don't want no truck. I now need to go get a truck to move these things. You leave me.
I
there.
understand that, but
Right.
all I'm saying is that I think that it has to be a good balance, and
Yeah.
that is what Keith Bell is saying, who's our Minister of Housing. He said there are a lot of places. He said that they're mainly concerned about conditions in which some tenants are living, alleging
Right.
that landlords have disconnected electricity and water on some rental properties. He said they want to restore a balance between landlords and tenants while keeping rental prices down. They want to strike a balance between the rights of the landlord,
Right.
because we do know that they have mortgages to pay as well. But we also need to strike a balance where persons are in an inferior bargaining position, that is the tenants.
Yeah.
So it looks like they want to try and do for both, but I just think that something needs to be done, because when you look at some of the places these people rented, you gotta be like, you
Agreed.
can't be serious.
Agreed.
Like the tub is pink. You know the last time you see a pink and purple, a pink and blue
1988.
tub?
1988.
They're them first tub that had come out.
Yeah, that's
Them-
some tub where if you slip down and hit your head in that tub,
Them
you ain't
first,
gonna make it.
the tile in the bathroom
Yeah.
pink. Them, remember everybody had them pink
Them
and
6x6
blue,
tile.
them blue and pink tile they had
never
from your
make tile
great
that
great
small.
grandmommy. Exactly. The furniture in there, nothing match. Everything you get from the swap meet, but you're putting it in there because you want to say that it's furnished,
yeah.
so you could charge $1,000
That's
more.
crazy because I look at some of these rental pictures and I feel like I could smell the picture.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like
and
I
it's
feel like I
like
can tell you what this room smell like by looking at this picture.
it's like y'all cannot be serious, babe. But anyway, so this is
I'm
what they're
actually very
saying.
anxious about this. I
wanna see
hope
what
to see what
happens.
it looks like.
Yes,
yeah.
me too.
But like I said, again, when you consider, because you remember this is in the PLP's first run of this. Leslie Meadows did this earlier in a dispensation of the PLP administration. I think they reached too far in the bag.
Yeah.
Like it's almost easier to get a divorce than it is to kick someone out of your apartment, right? And so.
I laugh at some in the comments. I listen.
I'm just hope again. We have to make sure that maybe they need to create an authority so that there is a good representation
Yes.
from.
I
'cause
agree.
I don't want 6 lawyers in a room trying to tell me what is fair and reasonable because
I
they
agree.
don't know what fair and reasonable is.
Well, we have 1 minute to the break. We might as well just finish this conversation. We'll come back to the other stories when we come back from it. But I do agree with you.
Yeah.
And somebody also said they think that an agency could possibly be created that does inspections on rental places as well. I don't know how that is. Will the inspection be before or after? Will there be like an inspection before and then the same people come back and inspect after and then they determine whether you get the security deposit back? Do you pay the security deposit to this agency and then they determine? No, I'm just asking, how would that work?
No, I don't disagree.
Because some people just keep your security deposit for whatever reason. They just blink and they will give you your money back.
Yeah,
But
no.
and
If
then
you
who is
deserve
going to
security
determine
deposit
what
back,
is
you get it
normal
back.
wear and tear as well, So I guess it's a lot to consider, but
So maybe we ought to look at the Airbnb model where, like I say, you have the renter is able to rate me as a tenant, as a landlord, and as the landlord, I am able to say, don't let
and then the
this
tenant
girl-
should be able to say something
Yeah,
too.
so don't let this girl nowhere within 500 feet of your building.
When we come back, the police
She
have
deserves to live in a cave.
the police have a sexual offense PSA that they put out. I see that they're trying to
good
be
stuff.
proactive. Like we'll talk about that when we get back.
Eye on the Nation will be back right after these messages.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Okay, guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This 150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2-ball. 10. Give me another 2-ball. 15. You spin, right? Yeah. It don't look so. It's 10K. Name your games after me. Food Dragon.
Food Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Brunson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Put it down. Let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here. For Quick Draw, get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good luck!
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Hello, welcome back to Eye on the Nation. I'm Levan Miller.
I'm Sandy Brown. All right, let's jump back into it. Someone said, Sandy, police have Ronaldo Cartwright. Because I saw child. I was supposed to tell you that yesterday. God is good. I posted it on my Facebook.
God is good.
Won't he do it? He have thousands, but when I tell y'all this man is a career thief, y'all turn around and the people on my Facebook was like,
what?
So he have thousands for a car that he didn't deliver.
What does he do with the money?
I think it was like it had to been a pyramid scheme. Yeah. And like he just started running out. Like, okay, I done take this 10,000 from Levan 2 months ago. Now I finally get 10,000 from Sani. Right. Let me use that 10,000 to finally bring Levan Kyan. Right. But now I need to find another 10,000. That's the only thing I could think of.
Ronaldo need a better business module.
Well, he in jail now. Keep him there. God is good.
I told you Shonda them would find him.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Somebody sent me a video last night and asked me if that was him getting arrested. It wasn't. But it was a very interesting video with the police. I guess we could talk about that later. It's not on the rundown, but if we do have time, but we are behind schedule. Police are also investigating, speaking of police, a sexual assault that allegedly happened last night. So this is what they're saying happened. A 17-year-old girl reportedly accepted a ride from an unidentified man after leaving her grandmother's residence. So I read the police report, and from what I remember reading, it said that her mother went to the police station and said that her daughter was by her grandmother, got into an argument with her uncle, left the residence, and was walking home, apparently. Some man stopped her, offered a ride. She took the ride, but instead of driving her to wherever he was supposed to take her, he allegedly took her to a residence where he sexually assaulted her against her will before dropping her to a friend's home in Pinewood Gardens. When she went there, she went to her mom. Mom took her to the police station. She reported the sexual assault. I think Eyewitness News did go in that area earlier today to kind of get to talk to residents, and I think we do have a clip on, I guess, their opinion on what happened.
Eyewitness News canvassing the community of Straughns Alley, where residents say that they are reeling from the aftermath of a disturbing sexual assault that left a 17-year-old girl and her family seeking answers from authorities. Residents say that this is unlike their community, and they're calling for the perpetrator to turn themselves in.
We're like family around here. So Straughns Alley, along with Pipe Room Road, we are like one family members. This area right here, it's just like Beverly Hills.
I have kids, small nieces around too. That made me feel very bad. So we gotta make sure I keep watching them and don't let them be out late in the night and stuff.
Well, sometimes once 1 o'clock, me, 2 girls over there, and some in the back. We sit right here and nobody never bought us. Never, so I surprised.
Now I'll say this, the area might be a very safe area, but that doesn't mean that the man had to have been from the area. I don't know if that's a corner you have to go through if you don't have to go through it.
You don't have to go through. So, okay, you know where Blue headquarters is? So, you know where Wayne Monroe Church is?
Come on now.
Let's go to the church on the hill right there, St. Margaret's.
No.
So there's a little corner that only people who from Gamble Road know that corner there.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
Right,
Is
so
it a corner
you go
that?
right up to the back there. There's the preschool, primary school thing that what was in the voice note is also through that corner.
Yeah.
That's the corner that leads you to Queen's College's back gate. You know Queen's College have a back gate?
I don't.
Oh boy.
I know SAC have a back gate.
Yeah,
You want to ask me about that back gate? That's the back gate I know about.
So I get it. Like you don't, and like unless you are from Camp Road, I don't know what you'd be doing up in the back there.
Well, maybe he was visiting someone. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person was from the area.
Sure.
But hopefully they are able to put a close to this case very soon. We haven't heard an update on the other one. That man in custody yet?
I don't know, but I do know there's also quite a bit of CCTV in that area, because if you remember that Straughans Alley area, when you come out of there and you go down the hill, there's a CCTV for sure right on the end of that corner, which one end is Par 20, the other end is Par Gate.
Yeah.
And you know that's because that used to be a super duper police hotspot at one point.
Yeah, well I know where Park Gate and Bar 20 gone is.
Right. So I don't suspect that he got very far without being on CCTV.
Well, hopefully they could bring a conclusion to this case very soon.
And once he's on CCTV, you know where else I suspect he will be very soon?
In the calaboose?
In the calaboose.
I would also like to say, in continuation of the conversation we had yesterday, just very briefly, not victim blaming, not doing anything like that, but I think parents need to have more discussions with their children. You know, accepting rides from strangers, doing certain things like this. I think we need to have conversations. Fathers, have conversations with your sons about what it means, and no meaning no. Have conversation. Mothers, have conversations with your sons as well. And sometimes you have to say, how would you feel if someone did that to me? Sometimes I guess you have to put that into perspective. How would you feel if someone did that to your sister? If you are in this situation and this is what's happening, imagine it being your sister and it being a stranger. Would you want them to do that to her? Would you want them to do that to me? I know sometimes you just have to put things in perspective for people. You shouldn't have to, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Mothers, speak to your daughters as well about different ways that they can protect themselves as well. I just think that more conversations need to have. We can't just keep letting the TV and YouTube and the internet grow our kids up.
So I feel double-edged about it, right? Like I think you need to tell your sons, don't let your toilet get that hot, and if your toilet get that hot, you need to pour water on it. Equally, I think we need to teach our daughters that, hey, if you think this thing you got is a jewelry box, remember now, you always got to keep your eye on a jewelry box.
I just said that. Mothers need to have conversations with their daughters as well.
But I don't want to create a society where we're so fearful, right?
But you have to be fearful when things like this happen.
No, the reason why I say that is, Francesca, right? Hear me out. Like, I recall growing up in a place where it wasn't uncommon that my grandmother
You could catch a ride.
Yeah, my grandmother would leave home with a plan and no ride.
You can't do that anymore. Times have changed.
I don't disagree that the time has changed, but we are still the same people. This is still the same place.
We are not. I'm so sorry. We are not the same people. Those people, Mama and Papa, them, they done die out. They raise a whole society full of people that are complete opposite of them. Back in the day, people used to talk about that all the time. People used to catch rides, especially on the island. When you have a truck, they stop, they put the person on the back of the truck, they could catch a ride. You could do that. I went to Eleuthera one time, and I was waiting on a taxi because I needed to go somewhere, and this guy was like, all of us is the same, you could come with me, I go and I was like, absolutely not, big grown woman. But he's like, the island is different from Nassau. I don't care, things have changed, times have changed. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't encourage my child to do it. If I have to make you fearful, I would rather keep you fearful and safe than letting you believe that times are still the same. It has changed.
I don't think the times are the same. I don't want us to create a society crippled with fear, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you have scary people.
Yeah.
You have scary people. Would you want to? You have scary people.
So boys, pour cold water on your tola. Girls, remember that the jewelry box is like soaking rice. Someone has to keep their eye on it at all times.
Mothers and fathers, have conversations with your children. Okay?
Yes.
That's real conversations. Whatever he say, that, and let's have a conversation.
You know you gotta watch soaking rice. Because soaking rice can go from soaking rice to swinge rice very quickly.
And the police also have a PSA that they put out. This is the PSA.
Sexual violence is real and it occurs too often in the Bahamas. But it doesn't have to be this way. According to our laws, rape, incest, and other sexual offenses are punishable by major fines or severe punishment. No means no. Silence is not consent. If someone forces or threatens you into a sexual act, it's a crime, and we will take action once you report it. If you or someone you know is a victim of sexual violence, don't suffer in silence. Call 919 or 911 or the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9992. Help is here. No one has the right to violate you. Speak up. Seek help. Stop sexual violence now. And join us as we create safer communities.
I will say this. I've noticed a trend with the police and whoever's in charge of their PR, marketing. I don't know if they have a team. Even after, remember when the stuff was going on with the young kids, then they did the PSA with the little girls in the park saying, oh, I have a boyfriend and he's 30 or whatever it was. Yeah. I see that they're putting out kind of realistic things now and staying with their finger on the pulse of what's happening in the country. So shout out to them for doing that and getting that PSA out as quickly as they did in light of in light of what's been going on. So shout out to them for that.
Yeah, I appreciate them.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So we started to talk about this story last week. It kind of shocked me a little bit. So the defense force, the corrections officer that ended up getting arrested, going into the prison, they say they found the drugs in his boot. Remember we talked about that? So he ended up going to court. And what do you think happened when he went to court?
He was fined $1,000. It's a plea deal.
Okay, he was fined $1,000, but you were supposed to guess. You knew that.
Oh.
But
let's do it again.
You just spoil everything, man.
Let's do it one more time.
Okay, so what do you think happened when he went to court?
I don't know, Francesca. You have to tell me.
What would you think would have normally happened to someone who got...
I think they would have picked the jail up and put him underneath it. How am I doing?
Anyway, I thought that it was kind of a light sentence.
Was it
I didn't...
Because he pled
They send people to jail who have drugs just for me. If they catch me with my little... I don't smoke. I just putting it out there.
How much drugs you say you have when you have your drugs?
How much drug... If they catch me with my little joint, they could throw me in jail. He have these little baggies that was in his shoe. That's intent to supply.
On his way into the prison.
Exactly. That was intent to supply, right? Because normally intent to supply would be different on the streets than in prison, right? Intent to supply would be how much? A pound? You could smoke a pound?
I think, well, it depends.
Depending on how much they catch you with, it'll distinguish whether they thought it was for personal use or intent to supply.
Right.
This man had little baggies.
Yeah, he was intending to supply.
He was intending to supply. You would think that he would be fined.
He pled guilty though, didn't he?
Yeah, they said, well, let me know. They catch him.
So I'm saying it was more than likely, yeah, but he could have pled not guilty. They could have dragged this out.
But even if he got, guess how much time they would have given him?
How much?
If they say he paid $1,000 or avoid spending X amount of time, how much do you think the X amount of time is?
It's the part I play like I don't know again. I don't know, Francesca.
3 months.
Okay.
I just feel like it's light.
So
I don't know. I just feel like if they stop Pookie on the road, they sending Pookie to jail.
Yes.
I don't remember ever hearing about Pookie them getting fined.
Pookie probably wasn't going to take a plea deal. I mean, this is obviously a plea deal. He went to court, pled guilty. He said, "Now I could plead guilty for y'all. Y'all can have your little job back. All right? You all have your job back. I could pay a fine."
But they also said they did fine. Anyway, this is what I want to know. Somebody have to explain this to me. They said that his superiors noticed an abnormality in his work boots. What did it look like?
They said, "Boy, this boy got some big toes, eh? Wow, your toe always look puffy like that." We have to send you to sick bay to check that out.
So they give him another chance. And so they say, hey, no. Something wrong with the boots. Because they said they saw something. Y'all funny.
Well, I guess I know one thing. He ain't been in the front of the crabby judge because you remember the crab judge charged the man $140 for each crab.
Well, anyway, he got fined $1,000, the people let him say. Yeah. And if he doesn't, someone say his punishment is far worse. He's now unemployed. Because Pookie them was going to jail and they was going to be unemployed.
Pookie them was unemployed when they reached. Stop it.
No, Pookie them unemployed now because that might have been Pookie them job and now the people let them know.
Pookie vocation has been disrupted.
Yeah. I don't understand. Is it me or does that just seem...
As a matter of fact, when Pookie come to jail, HR could be looking for him because This even ain't Pookie stuff. This Pookie was actually doing this job for somebody. Oh boy.
I just thought it was.
So it is better to smuggle drugs into prison than it is to take crabs from a woman who owe you money.
No, but how much did it find him out again?
$140 a crab. Remember, it was $14. Sorry, it was $14 per crab. It was $140 for 10 crab.
Anyway, I don't know. I just thought it was abnormally strange.
If it is a plea deal, right? You have the okay. And this is what I keep.
You don't think Pookie them mistake plea deals?
No, I think Pookie them is going to court and plead not guilty because they ain't under advisement. So the matter probably is simple possession based on the quantity, right? And if the quantity of drugs is simple possession, now we could argue intent to supply, but is that what the prosecution reach for? If it's not, he can say, well, on a simple possession charge, right? The max time is this, the minimum time is that. I ain't gonna fight the prosecution.
Okay.
I'm gonna plead guilty.
All right.
Y'all can have your uniform back because these brand new, y'all could get us to someone of the next entry anyway because I only wear these for 2 weeks, right?
Anyway, I just think it's
interesting.
It's abnormally.
But in the legal maneuvering space,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because to me that's worse.
What?
To me that's worse. You're smuggling drugs into prison
Right.
is worse than Pookie and his
so what they should
offenses.
have charged him with is abuse of a position of trust.
Well, that's different, eh?
Because he may have gotten 2 years for that, eh? Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we can move on from that. Someone said, what if you essay someone, you don't need to be fined, you go straight to jail? Oh, no, that's different. We ain't talking about fines for that. It's no fine for that. As a matter of fact, you should be the first on the list for Waterboard Wednesdays and Torture Tuesdays.
The UN is going to collect you, Sanjeska.
That's fine. You know what? He ain't gonna collect me. These essays could be on the road. I tell you that. Waterboard Wednesday, that don't sound good. Like, you can't imagine, having, you know, that I used to play Wheel of Fortune? And then you get to Torture Tuesdays, you get to choose.
No. UN, I want to let you all know.
You get
when
to
I want
choose what their punishment is.
No.
Get him a bunch of biscuit and no water.
Human rights people in the world,
something like that.
Please be advised that this is Stephen saying that I am not participating in that.
I think Waterboard Wednesdays is an amazing
You ain't gonna be able to get a visa to nowhere.
That's all right. Hanging Fridays. Hanging Fridays don't sound good. Freestyle Fridays.
Oh boy, you just decide how you can kill people.
Yeah, I like that one. Listen.
I promise you that the Geneva Convention or somebody convention.
That's fine, but I can tell you one thing we're gonna be down. Crime. Sexual assault. I tell you that. Anyway.
When they have G7 meetings, you know what the meeting can be about? How we can fix this little crazy person over here running this country.
That's fine, but the people gonna love me because you know what you'll be able to do? Catch a ride. You'll be able to do that now. You'll be able to walk and be free in the streets.
When I was a young Marine seaman, right? When I was a young Marine seaman, high speed, low drag. I told you the story. We worked this thing. I worked for then Lieutenant Byrne, right? So I used to work this thing where you do 14 hours on and 48 hours off, right? 28 hours on, 48 hours off, right? So I would go to work Monday morning, 06, get off 1800. Tuesday, 06, get off 1800. And I would be off Wednesday, Thursday, and when I go back to work, it would be Friday, 1800, right? You know what I used to do on my day off? I used to clean my truck, put the cooler on the back of the truck.
And y'all used to go pick up gals and drive around.
Me and my friends, me and my friend, we used to just drive around.
I want to see the caliber of women that used to just say they want to hop in the car with you.
Women are walking to work around here, and I remember we saw always screw the window down and say, baby, make this your last day walking. Come go with us. And they would come, and we would drop them to work, and you'd be surprised how many of them didn't
I tell you one thing, you pull up on the side of a woman right now and say, make this your last day walking, baby, come with us, and they look in their car, and somebody videotape, they'll say, these two sexual predators, look out, and they would have your pictures everywhere.
See, I want sexual
I ain't hopping in no car with you and no...
Right? But we would
you are not a man and a thingum full of drinks?
We would be dressed very...
And I must take these drinks from you?
Listen, you could look at me and say I was big and serious, right?
Geez.
So we would be very smartly dressed. And I'm telling you, we would literally drive around the city all day because I had nothing to do. I was a Marine seaman. And we would just go around frolicking with random young women that we met walking in the street, many of whom were prepared to brave the elements.
Women warn your children about. D said here. Anyway,
I've met fantastic friends this way. People that are still my friends 20 years later.
We're not encouraging anyone to do that in 2026. Okay? This was in 1972. We're not encouraging anybody to do this in 2026, okay?
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
And I used to set the air conditioning in the car, the Canada boy. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
When you walk in that 90-degree sun and I screw down my air conditioning window on the side of you, and that air conditioning just blow on you like a hush. You just been coming here so bad.
Someone said, glad you are not a lawyer or a judge. You have no empathy for sexual offenders, for men who rape young girls, for men who rape children. No. For murderers, absolutely not. I do not have empathy because they had no empathy when those people were screaming and telling them no and stop and not to. So no, I'm not saying it for everybody. It ain't gonna be for the man with the little bit of drugs or, you know, a little theft here or there. You may cut off a finger or two for the theft, you know.
See,
but I just say it ain't gonna be for that. I ain't trying to say that, but I mean, come on.
Just dismember
Things that are the worst of the worst. What?
Oh.
You know, some men is be out here. You know, they've found women who were dismembered in this country, and those men in jail eating off of me. Absolutely not. They would be the first on my list for Waterboard Wednesday and Torture Thursdays.
But they are paying their penance to the society.
No, not enough.
For their, you know,
not enough.
Indiscretion.
Not enough.
Oh boy.
Anyway, someone say power just went up. We're gonna get to BPL in a second, but election is over. I'm sure some people know that, but the parliamentary commissioner, I know if anybody was happy that it was over, it was him. They dragged this man up, down, and all around during the election. The FNM, between the FNM and
the COI.
The COI, they got this man named for dirt. And I know he is very, 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 very happy that none of them won because I think he would have probably been the first person that would have gotten fired. I think they even said that at one point, that he would have been the first person that was gone. But he is responding today to some comments that CARICOM made about having an independent body, an independent commissioner. So he's responding to those comments. He's also responding to some of their concerns that they had about the xenophobia, which I think all was real.
Right.
But we'll get this. So this is what he had to say in response to CARICOM.
We thought about that for some time, and we have been looking at that, and my team is looking at some legislation that we have seen already and that we're working on. We hope that that process will be completed as soon as possible. We have no difficulty with independent parliament, the registration department, or whatever the name is called at that time. So we support that. I saw that the xenophobia in reference to the Haitian situation. There might be some truth there. I'm not sure, but I cannot say based on the information we have. But I know we end up with about 67% of the people turning out to vote who registered. But again, that's one of the highest we have in the region. The highest, not one of the highest in the region in the last 3 years. So although ours are low, according to us, I think we still set the pace in the region. Now, whether the thing about the Haitians caused that, I'm not sure.
Now, let me tell you basically what was said. So basically CARICOM was like, because of some of the comments that were floating around about Haitians, they felt like people of Haitian descent or Haitian Bahamians did not go to vote in the election because they were afraid.
Right.
And I guess that came from, we all know
Michael Pintard.
No.
Man, Michael Pintard.
That didn't come from Pintard. I ain't gonna let you put that on Pintard. That came from the COI and that came from Lincoln. When Lincoln say, when you see the people on the line, go to them and talk to them and make sure that they. He said
this whole thing began with the bag of passport claim.
Yeah, the passport thing was different. Now the passport office thing, I put solely at the foot of the FNM and Michael Pintard.
Because remember, Lincoln them was getting no traction with this immigration thing, you know. And then,
no, they always got traction with that.
Traction, it wasn't until the We Find passport in the Bahamas air flight going to Haiti, one bunch of nonsense, right? And all of a sudden, lo and behold, everybody became anti-Maduni Jean Charles them. No,
I know Bahamians. A lot of Bahamians were always.
I don't know if they were that verbose and that about it though. Like people became like bombastic and like rambunctious in their.
Bombastic and rambunctious. I am not blaming that on Michael Pintard. Y'all is blaming the power go off in there on him. Y'all is say, Mikey, we ain't doing nothing. I give you that. Mikey could be in here turning that power off, but I cannot do that. I blame
the COI.
The COI for that. Lincoln literally, no, and you know what? And friend, Who in the Senate now? Didn't he say that he heard that they gave a bunch of people, a bunch of Haitians in his constituency?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's also not Michael Pinto.
No, but remember,
but
it
the
was
COI
Michael-
started that, and then when he said, when he tell the people go to them on the line and have a conversation with them, because he heard that they was coaching them on what to say. So he say, don't just ask them their name, ask them different stuff. Things like that is what CARICOM is pointing out, which could have caused not Pinty them.
Remember when we went to the by-election, right? And you remember on the stage in Golden Isles, they started making these claims, not to be outdone. They had their little guy do the charade on the stage with the passport.
Yes.
Somehow, I'm not saying Lincoln them didn't like this fire, I'm saying that this runaway train called the FNM started spraying this thing with gas to the point that, like, it literally became a national conversation.
I think the passport thing definitely, and what's happening at the passport office now is definitely a direct correlation to that, because if anybody has been trying recently to get a passport at the passport office,
you need 2 drops of virgin blood from the inner city.
It is so much harder. You know, the process was easier before they started this conversation. You really just needed to go with your old passport. You could apply online, everything do online. Now
you need the back
because of all of this conversation that was happening.
From the inner city, fresh water from a rock, a warlock's back teeth. I mean, come on.
But this is all because of what the FNM did with that passport and the conversations that they had about the selling the passports. So now the people in the passport office saying, y'all ain't gonna blame us, even though it wasn't the passport office, We kept saying that. The passport office was, those people were getting documents from other places.
Correct.
They needed to check NIB. They needed to check the registry.
NIB was the one that was reading them in left, right, and center.
Yeah, but the people that had the fake NIB card too.
But NIB was the most detecting agency during. NIB was busting them left, right, and center.
But what I'm saying is the passport office was the ones that was saying, hey, these documents aren't right, and reporting it.
Right.
So, but y'all was blaming them.
Right.
So all I'm saying is the passport thing solely at the foot of the FNM. This xenophobia, that's COI all
And
over.
this is what I want to tell people. This is why you cannot aspire to government and then communicate slackly, because the world is watching, my friend.
And I guess that's why I can't have Torture Tuesdays. Don't care.
You ain't coming for you.
I will live stream Torture Tuesdays. Let everybody see.
You can go to jail.
Imagine an event where entry is as effortless as a wristband scan. Calling all businesses and event organizers, because selling tickets has never been smoother. With Canoe, effortlessly sell tickets online and accept payments via debit cards, credit cards, Canoe Wallet, or even Sand Dollars. From payment links to QR codes, track your sales digitally, making event organization a phenomenal experience. And that's not all. Canoe is giving you more. If you're offering food, drinks, or must-have merchandise at your event, Canoe takes it to the next level. Customers can seamlessly pay using wristbands, QR codes, or their Canoe digital wallet. No more long lines, no more waits. Just happy customers and a boost in sales. With Canoe, your event becomes a breeze. Cashless, worry-free, and simply unforgettable.
Okay, guys, This is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This a 150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2 ball. 10. Give me another 2 ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. There's 10K. Name these games after me. Food Dragon.
Food Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Brunson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Put it down. Let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here. Time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good luck.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Hello, welcome back. I'm Leva Miller.
I'm Tani.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Before we jump into what's going on in the 5 o'clock hour, with Canoe, Bahamian businesses can access their funds right at home, enjoy faster payouts, process payments 24/7, and move money at your convenience. So Bahamian business owners can accept payments online with Canoe, explore Canoe's API and invoicing features, and to get paid locally and internationally. Something going on with me. Canoe is a Bahamian fintech helping local merchants accept payments fast and easy, and Canoe empowers entrepreneurs to get paid quickly and to grow.
Canoe, because it's the thing to do.
All right, and if you're looking to unwind or detox, Calm Teas and a 14-day detox tea await you at herbalbeautysupplyconcepts.com, or you can give them a call at 813-7831.
Yeah.
All right, so if you stayed up long enough last night, or if your power was on, because it was so ironic that the Prime Minister was having a address to the nation about BPL, and about 30 seconds into the address, power went out.
Yeah. If I was the Prime Minister, I was definitely firing people today.
Yeah, I don't even
Y'all
understand
don't even play with me like that. Y'all don't play with me like that. I used to drive myself there today.
Literally. Well, first of all, it started 30 minutes late. It was supposed to start at 8. Didn't start until 8:30. And then as soon as he started talking,
Yeah.
You think BPL mean to do that?
No, I actually think the reason they started late is because they was trying to start a step on BPL, right?
I don't know
so
what.
It's like, let's see if the power can go off, right? I thought that was a good strategy move, actually.
I think that's why it is. I just think
because you noticed it was also pre-recorded.
Right, I don't think the pre-recorded message was ready.
I think they pre-recorded it because they anticipated power going off.
No, because power going off anyway. People still didn't get to see.
Yeah, but imagine being in the dead heat of recording and no power.
And then people say they wasn't using their data to listen to nothing on BPL and the power off.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense. They didn't know when their power coming back on, when they could charge their phone again.
A big serious package from BTC, like mine, because I just watch it. I just watch it on my day.
When your phone died, then what? They go charge your phone too?
No, I could be in the. Remember now,
gas expensive. You gonna go drive up and down?
Remember, BPL killed my air conditioned home. So from the hotel, but Saturday, I just sleeping in my car, so I could be in the car sleeping anyhow.
Anyway, so there were several things that were addressed in the address. One was bringing LNG online. I don't know why we still having LNG conversations. I'm also not an energy expert. Mm-hmm. So maybe LNG is the next way to go, but I would think solar would be the conversation that we would be having.
We talked about that in the speech.
Yes, but we always bring up LNG as plan A.
Right.
I don't understand how LNG is plan A. Maybe someone smarter than me is going to have to explain to me how LNG and not solar is plan A.
So if I understood the speech correctly, I think the LNG is for the reduction of fuel costs as it stands right now.
You wouldn't need fuel?
No, I got it. But he's saying what we spending right now on fuel hedging agreements, LNG should take care of that.
Right.
coupled with that, we're going to permit people who could generate their own self-sufficient power to do so.
Shouldn't that be Plan A?
Right. All this was in the speech.
No, but what I'm saying is, even before this, even before BPL started acting up this summer, the conversation for BPL from the government has always been LNG, LNG, LNG.
Sure.
LNG, to me, seems like it's Plan A. Is that not how you feel?
Yes, but,
okay, let me finish.
But for a portion.
No, let me finish. I'm not understanding how in a country where anytime you hop in the car, it is 178,000 degrees, that solar isn't the first conversation. LNG, according to what you're saying and according to what the Prime Minister is saying, is going to cut fuel costs.
Right.
We wouldn't need the fuel costs if we had the solar.
That is a drastic expense in the operation. So
take the 600 and something thousand. Take the 20 million y'all spending in overtime.
He also addressed that. He says,
I know, but I'm saying invest some money.
So basically what he's saying is, hey, I trying to fix a company with no money, which means I have to put steps in along the way to save money so that I could actually have money to fix.
But we all know in order for anything to happen, you have to spend money. In order to make money, you have to spend money. There's going to be a significant investment, even if it is in LNG.
Right.
That's an investment.
Correct.
Why can't, I'm not saying that LNG is bad. I'm just trying to figure out why is solar not Plan A and LNG Plan B. So Plan A would be, if you could, we will let y'all bring in your solar devices, VAT-free, tax-free, whatever
free. You talked about amending the law in order to move the obstructions and blah, blah, blah,
and what I'm saying is that sounds to me like it is Plan B.
So what I'm saying to you is I don't think they have a Plan B. Because they sound like they have a, listen.
Plan A is LNG.
They sound like they have a Plan A, Plan A1, Plan A2.
And what is Plan A?
So
what is Plan A?
Plan A is to take us off this fuel hedging thing and cancel. With LNG and cancel the renting of generators.
The only question that I'm asking is why isn't Plan A1?
Right.
Plan A, solar, and Plan A1, LNG.
Because based on what I understood from the speech, it sounds like they are still building up the power grid to be able to.
They're still going to have to build and put infrastructure down for LNG.
So he's saying, no, which is one pipe. With the solar thing, he's saying we got to build out the solar fields, build the transmission towers with the metal poles to take the load, build transfer switches that are able to make the conversion.
I'm sorry, but there are countries, I understand that there are countries that are dollar for dollar not as rich as the Bahamas.
Agreed.
That are thriving with solar.
But
right? No. Mm-hmm. The investment doesn't necessarily have to be the government's investment initially.
Sure.
But why isn't the conversation now being had about, okay, it's very expensive. We understand it's expensive. Fuel is expensive, right? So we're going to start letting y'all bring these in. As soon as Parliament open, this is what's going to happen with solar because we want to take y'all up. It does sound like...
That's at the back of his speech, which... That's
at the back of the speech. You're missing my point.
I think I hear your point.
I get what you're saying. You're saying that it's in there.
Right.
We both acknowledging that solar is in there.
Right.
The question that I have is why isn't solar Plan A?
You want to be in paragraph 1.
I want it to be the first thing you speak about.
You want to say, my fellow Bahamians.
solar power. Then we could have the LNG conversation.
Yeah, but so the point I'm making is I thought the speech was like really decent, right?
Okay.
And
but
so
it was boring.
It didn't come off a ChatGPT,
no,
I could tell.
It was boring.
It was a speech from a national leader.
And it was boring. I'm sorry. You know, there are things from national leaders that people listen to and you pay attention to. But honestly, the speech was much ado about nothing. He repeated a lot of the things that we already knew. He already repeated the same LNG solar conversation he had. We've heard that before. The conversation he had about them with the money and the overtime, we heard that before.
He also confessed that every prime minister prior to him did enough to keep the company on.
Fred already tell us that long time.
He's not taking that route. He said in the speech, I refuse to do that.
Yeah, and that would
have done that.
And that would have made sense if this was his first time in office and it was the first year. It is year 5.
So they've been spent. Did you say you didn't watch it? Because if you watch it, you'd see they have all the little photos of the building out of the plant right here on Blue Hill Road, which is, like he said in the speech, things that you could actually see and touch, and you could see the upgrade coming. He talked about transferring the ownership of transmission and the BGC, and he talked about the poles that they installed on. Like, you could actually see these things.
Right, and all of those things that they did, my power's still off and my electricity
so what
still
he's
high.
saying is, You know, the baby in your
And-
belly
and
is
the
alive,
power-
you know. You
and
just got to wait on it to born.
No, that baby in there. That baby in there. I'm sorry.
The baby in your belly is alive, but he needs time to born.
I want to believe him.
You know that at some point the baby was 30 seconds old. You know that, right?
I understand that, but
Right.
this is what my issue is. This is what my issue is with all of these governments with BPL. I think that everyone just does enough. And I think that it's very expensive. It's going to be costly
Right.
to fix the issues in BPL.
Right.
We don't have the money for it, right?
Right.
And I think that every government comes and say, we ain't taking that on. That is too much money. We
Right.
ain't taking that on. This government cannot do that because this is their second term.
And what he's
so the
saying is
things
he
that
spent
you
the
should have
first 5 years
no.
putting in the
No,
infrastructure.
the first 5 years he spent doing exactly what the other governments did in the first 5 years. Nothing. Putting
Honey,
putting
no,
absolutely
the
not.
infrastructure-
I'm sorry.
Again, if you watch the speech, they actually have pictures of the infrastructure.
Yeah,
They
I could chat GPT all those pictures. I could chat GPT me changing a tire
the
right
solar
now.
field that they're building in Blue Hill, at the
Okay.
Blue Hill compound.
How long they started building that?
Oh, well, I don't know that. But
Okay.
they showed the poles that they installed on Gladstone Road. You know
Okay.
that these things actually happen and they exist.
Okay, so let me ask you something. All of that, has there been any change in your electricity?
Now, there was, hold on, there was one thing that he did say, and as somebody that lives in South Beach, I cannot disagree with this. He said the disconnections had actually gone down by 45%. And as somebody that lives in South Beach, where I tell you at one point, I outlawed the throwing out of mopping water, because as soon as you throw water outside, bees...
Okay,
used
in
to
your
cut my head
area,
off.
but West been out every weekend from January.
Right.
So your area is fine. You could say my area is doing well.
Yeah.
That's good for you. But the people out West who sweat every weekend, because I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if they think people out West have generators or they just taking us off to keep South Beach on because
Right.
they feel like you don't have a generator.
South Beach is doing okay, I got to tell you that.
They doing us bad. But anyway, let's play pieces
I
of the
also
speech.
think-
Can we play?
Sure. Can I say this before we go to speech, though?
Uh-huh.
I also think it was very, what is the word I'm looking for, of him to admit that, hey, none of my technical language that I will say to you here tonight will relieve the discomfort.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm aware of that.
That's nice. Still boring though. We can just start. So this is the LNG. We can start with that. This is what he said about LNG.
Blue Hills GT2 out since the spring is coming back. The battery storage system that shaves our evening peak returns to service. 2 Clifton Pier engines are scheduled to be back before the end of September. The Blue Hills turbine under major inspection returns in the first quarter of next year. In January, we began phasing out 40 megawatts of rented generation because permanent capacity will have replaced it. On the network, the substation equipment, switchgear, and high voltage assets that failed this summer are being replaced, not patched. Remote monitoring goes live at Clifton Pier this year and Blue Hills next, so faults are diagnosed by data rather than discovered by darkness.
There you have it.
Came right back.
We come right back.
They hear me?
We have more.
No, before we go to the next clip. So that was him basically talking about what they're doing and outlining the plans. And, you know, I respect the government for what they're trying to do and keeping people updated because people did say they wanted to hear from the prime minister. There's literally, I don't think nobody in BPL that we have not heard from since the power outages have been happening. Y'all asked for Joe Bett, they gave y'all Joe Bett. They asked for the prime minister, they gave the prime minister. The COO spoke, I think the CFO spoke. Like, everybody spoke.
Yeah,
The only-
the janitress up
Yeah.
next.
The union people speaking, we're going to get to that next. I think people are just tired of hearing it. And I think, unfortunately for this government, because the problem has been happening for Bahamians for so long, there's nothing that you can tell. You know
Can I
what
ask
it's
a
like?
question?
Hold on. You know what it's like when you have a woman or a man who's just been scarred so much in relationships. Everybody coming and telling them the same thing. Everybody coming and telling them the same thing, and nobody has done anything.
Baby, you just
even
need
if
me.
even if you still have the best of
And you have to
intentions.
let me love you.
Yeah, I can't let you. You have to prove it to me first.
All you have to do is
our
just
time.
let this
Our
love
time
happen
with
to you.
letting you, with trusting you, and then that over.
As a matter of fact, I hate all them other boys with you. We hate them. And what they've done is egregious. And actually, I wish that when it rains where they live, the water be hot water. But as long as you're here with me, just know that you are safe.
Anyway. Someone said everyone should invest in residential solar. You cannot completely come off the grid, though.
No, he said that in his speech, that they intend to amend the law.
As soon as they go back in Parliament?
Well, I don't think it could be the
No,
day they reach.
today. No, as soon as
like
they go back?
You sound like you even ain't want them up open
If they could say rental as soon as we come back, tell us that as soon. Tell me that. That would be, to me, that would be a step in the right direction.
The chaplain of the House of Assembly say, let us pray. They say, yeah,
solar. Solar. And when I was talking about solar, I'm not saying that I think solar is the answer to all of our problems. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I started it off by saying I'm not an energy expert, so obviously there are people who could explain it to me and let me know why LNG seems to be better.
No, not
but
why
the only
LNG
question,
is better. So in his
the only
speech last
question
night,
that I have is, it seems as though everybody else in the world is moving away from the things that we keep trying to come. They also don't have the power outages and the bills that we have.
Agreed. But I mean, you know, they got the same sun as us.
When the power outages happen over there, it's like the world has come to an end. When the power outages happen here, it's like, oh, it's Thursday.
So what the Prime Minister says was we've put in the digital monitoring system for when we go fully solar, right? Those things are going to come on board. I think he said in 2017. I'm trying to memorize the speech. Then he talked about why they couldn't go directly solar, because I think he said some of the engines were so old that you couldn't even find parts for them. So there was no way to convert the power, right?
All of this.
Right, but
this wasn't a surprise.
So BC Sound, there's a C word in English that I want to recommend that you all go and Google.
And the Prime Minister used to be Minister of Works.
Agreed.
He knew all of this like 10 years ago.
But was BC under his portfolio?
At that time, yes, because remember when Leslie was chairman?
Yeah, I know.
And then when Leslie tried to do the same thing,
but wasn't it like a Ministry of Trade and Industry or something like that?
The point is, they knew all of this.
No, I don't disagree.
He can't say he didn't know.
I don't disagree.
Now, the new people might have said,
yeah,
we just reached.
Yeah, I can imagine that every time they tour that facility, they surprised that it ain't on fire. No, I'm serious.
All I'm saying is these are things that he knew.
You know, like these I feel like when you join BPL, they should just issue you a fire extinguisher and say, you walk around with this wherever you go.
I'm just saying, these are things that you knew. It's not a surprise.
So can I ask this question, though? Because I watched some of the commentary on last evening, and like people were saying, oh, we don't hear nothing, just go fix the problem. Firstly, the Prime Minister is a lawyer. I don't suspect it's him that's fixing the problem, right?
No, but the way that he fixes
it, the way that he fixes it is through policy direction and legislation, right? Mm-hmm. And the way that he keeps the Bahamian public in the loop so that you aren't just out there like a rudderless ship is through clear and concise public communication, which if I had to grade that speech last evening, but for the fact that they loop it at one point, because obviously somebody edited it poorly, I think the Prime Minister could get a 90 for that speech last evening.
You're the only person, all the editorials and everything that came out today.
I think some of those editorials are jaundiced in their view, and they obviously didn't listen to the speech.
And so are you. Some people would say that you were biased in your view.
You know, tomorrow can we commit to reading the speech?
Mm-mm. I watched the little clips.
Can we dissect the speech?
No, I don't want to go through that again. I didn't want to go through it the first time.
I think the speech had all the working parts in it.
Okay, go live on your Facebook page and dissect the speech all you want.
Speech people that are not jaundiced.
No, the problem is that people just tired of BPL, and like I said, and that's what I said from the beginning. People are just so tired. No matter what is said, nobody is going to believe anything until something is actually done.
That is our position, and I mean, the Prime Minister shouldn't say nothing else. Then.
Not necessarily, because if you can come to me and say something, you don't give me no timeline. If we're talking about residential solar and taking that off and letting me be able to come off the grid, that should have been the first thing you say in that speech, and you should have given me a date.
He said, when we go to Parliament, when we return to Parliament. When we return to Parliament.
Which date?
We ain't sure which date.
Exactly.
Right? We intend to look at the legislation, figure out how to get people off the grid, figure out how to make solar more, and how to get people paid for selling power into the grid.
I'm sorry. It did nothing. I appreciate the fact that he did speak, but I think me, like most Bahamians, we just want to see change.
Sure.
And you talking to me for 30 minutes and there's no change is just, you know. Anyway, can we move on from that piece?
Sure.
Another piece that he talked about was something that they also knew was going on. It wasn't a surprise. Was the BPL overtime.
Right.
And we knew this was going on because I did a story on this several years ago. I did not say 17 years.
Okay. Would you, as you say?
Several.
Okay. That sounds like 17.
That don't sound like 17. Several years ago. And I think the figure was even higher back then.
It was 12 million.
No, but not that figure. I mean, it was one person that took 600,000. Like at that point, they was.
But you notice he called off the amount the amount of hours the fella made great, and you could literally see the pension in the Prime Minister. Like he said 90 hours. Like He must he didn't read, like he didn't pre-read the speech.
And he found out at the same time that we found out. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
So we did talk about the abuse in the system and BPL, and we do have a clip of that as well.
Last year, BPL spent approximately $20 million on overtime, despite the fact all transmission and distribution work is the responsibility of BGC. In a single 12-month period, 3 employees in one department received more than $600,000 in overtime between them. One record shows an individual claiming 18 hours on Christmas Day, then 24 hours each of the next 3 days that followed. 90 hours across 4 consecutive days. The overwhelming majority of BPL's workers are decent, skilled Bahamians who keep our lights on and go out in storms when the rest of us are told to stay inside. They have my respect and my thanks. This is not about them. This is about a system that permitted this type of abuse. A failure of management, of controls, of oversight going back many years and across administration.
Yeah, and so Brave is basically saying, no matter how good the engine work, no matter how much current the cable could carry, no matter how much conversion we could do from solar to LNG and from LNG back to solar, no matter how much we reduce the fuel hedging, if we do not change the way we manage this company, it is all going to be for naught.
Nobody disagrees with him.
Right, now.
Except the union. Because
That's
now,
the point I make.
But we had this conversation before, and this is why I don't know who sat down and did these negotiations with these unions. But whoever's been negotiating, they need to fire them because they ain't doing a good job. Because it looked like these unions have all of the power.
Yes.
This is what I do not understand, and this is what somebody's going to have to explain to me, right? How is it that the majority of the money that's being paid out is only being paid out to a few people? I think that most people could understand, let's just say it was $20 million that was paid out at the end of the year between 300 employees.
Right.
Because they have to, they on a rotational schedule and the power just been going out so much or the fuel, whatever it is that. But I'm going to need somebody to explain to me, including the accountants and the supervisors who took these number sheets, right? Because this had to go through many different stages, I assume, before the money reached the account.
Correct.
I want y'all to explain to me how every month is leaving is the only person getting $20 million. Is leaving the only person that know how to press that button?
And why are we leaving? Yeah.
If so, can we hire someone else in case leaving has a heart attack?
Right.
Right? So the money can be split between 2 people because if Levin is the only person that could do this job, which is why he's making $300,000 a year, can we hire someone else because if Levin die and the power go out, we screwed?
The power could be off for a long
Does that
time.
not, I mean, I do not understand. Someone has to explain to me how 3
sense.
people made that much money.
No, it makes perfect sense. And the Prime Minister also had a query that I thought was reasonable to actually offer. If BGC was created to be on the distribution side, that means that we have cut the workload in half. How are these fellas still racking up this amount of if the only thing they have to do now is watch the engine? How come that still take 20? How come this boy still have to be to work for 90 hours? And I think the Prime Minister, again, could you not have the angst in his voice? Like, he can't believe that someone approved overtime for 90 hours. He goes on the speech, goes on in that same part of the speech to talk about, here is what the new policy is. If your overtime is more than 30% of your salary, no, sir. Someone in executive management need to sign that.
And it also needs to be spread evenly among people. If y'all are saying that these things, it's actually true.
Right.
And this time, you did have to work 24 hours on Christmas Day and 24 hours after. Gi leaving 10 hours, Gi Sani 10 hours.
Not everybody may have the skill, but that would also mean that we need to start to fill this skill gap.
This is what, not everyone have the skill. I appreciate you saying that. The salary is $35,000. The overtime is $300,000. Let's find other people with that skill.
Right.
And pay them.
Right.
I'm not trying to take any money out of anyone's pocket, but let's be honest. If y'all believe that one person worked 90 hours in 3 days,
I want to sell you all one bridge, my daddy Bill. Don't mind they name it after Sydney. Sydney is my daddy cousin.
Y'all can at least make it look real when you teeth it. You know? Not teeth it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. You make it look real.
When you
You know, if you call out sick, right? Don't post the pictures with you at the airport.
And you can't win best off the shoulder costume at Boxing Day.
You know,
Yeah.
you can't say, oh, I'm sick, I can't come into work.
But you on the news going, do. And your boss can say, well, that's this person who's sick.
Make it look good.
But Sanjayska, here's the question.
90 hours in 3 days?
Because they change the board every 5 years, right? Sometimes, if they don't have in power, they change the board midway. What would it take? Like, we've had a doctor in charge of engineering. The board makes financial
overseas.
decisions.
Yeah, but the accountant and the supervisors and all them other stuff, when I come to you, the board is not involved in the day-to-day.
Sure.
They get the documents at the end of the
Sure.
day, whenever they meet, once a month, once every...
But they always have an executive chairman.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not going line by line through the stuff.
Mhm.
Someone's going to do a summary
A
for
gloss
them.
over.
Yeah, and say, this is how much we paid in overtime this
Right.
month. Now, is anybody asking if... Now, I don't know if I would ask, because I feel like I shouldn't have to ask. If they say we paid $12 million in overtime this month, right? I would think that was at least between 50 people.
I think you're
I wouldn't have just
poor
assumed.
people in charge of some of these things, right? Because I can tell you something. Rich people don't hear money the same way, you know. Like, people who have had money, no, I'm serious. No. If Levin is in charge of the accounts the section or the governance committee of the board, let me tell you, my brother, when you say things to me like we spent 2.2 million, hold on. Don't tell me what you do with the 2 million. What we spend the 0.2 on. And I think the people you have to put in charge of these things or around these things are people who ain't necessarily always used to hearing about big money. Because you need someone that isn't flippant with money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You need somebody to say, no, man, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you with that. I see we only have a couple minutes before the break, so we'll wait to play the clip. But the union is up in an uproar now because they're trying to do damage control. Because do I believe that management at BPL leaked this as a distraction?
Yes.
Absolutely. Do I believe that I could walk and chew gum? Yes. I could be mad at BPL for the power being off. And I could also be mad that we spent $20 million of our money on overtime for 4 people. I know if it's just 4 people.
But if he's, but I think the union's argument is that we doing the thing they paying us to do. So
I don't believe.
Be mad at us.
Do I believe that? Because now I want to go. I need to go.
Is the engine on?
No, I need to go through the sheet, this overtime sheet. I'm gonna need y'all to tell me more than this one person. I'm gonna need you to explain to me the $400 and something thousand that's spent that year. I'm gonna need to see Levin's overtime sheet. Bring it to me now.
Yeah.
Because I need to see how much hours Leavin work. Bring that to me now, because I don't think it's possible.
So he could teach these other people.
Something have to be done.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about that because the union had an answer today. They've been rowing all day today. We have those clips for y'all when we come back.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
We go everywhere. Shop early at Janae's Chesapeake Road annual back-to-school sale going on now. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, all school items in stock. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts, and a variety of colors and school monograms. Shop early and don't miss out at Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road's annual back-to-school sale going on now. Remember, we go everywhere. Beat the rush and save, save, save at Janae's annual sale now.
We all know there are ways we can help. further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good luck!
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Hello, welcome back to Eye on the Nation. I'm Levin Miller.
I'm Sandy Brown. So we'll jump into this, what's going on today. So today, the union is in an uproar because allegedly one of those. It's like my mind gone black. Oh, one of the staff members that ended up getting all of that overtime allegedly got suspended.
Mm-hmm.
And so the union is all in an uproar about that. And they want us to be on their side, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how. I
think they said that the way he was suspended and the reason that they gave.
I don't know why he was suspended. They made up a reason.
Yeah, for gross misconduct.
They made that up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
You can't even measure that.
When someone want to fire you and they know they have to have a paper trail, they can just start.
Yeah.
You could come to work a minute late.
Yeah.
They write that up.
Yeah.
I ain't saying they want to fire the man, but the whole public just found out this man got $200 and how much $1,000 in overtime.
Yeah.
Is he the Christmas worker?
I know, but
We know. But anyway, there's a clip on Eyewitness News. Let's play the clip.
Why are workers taking the heat for hefty overtime payouts while BPL executives who approved the hours and signed off on the payments aren't being held accountable? That's the question union leader Kyle Wilson is asking as he and Wellington Porter, two of three men who work in BPL's fuel and performance department who receive substantial overtime payouts, reject claims that they've abused the system.
You know, it looks sexy to see my stuff when they trump it up and fluff it up and make it look good and throw it out there, right? Now, I want to see who getting what too, all right? So don't stop at me. Don't stop at Mr. Porter. Don't stop at Mr. Bob's. Leak everybody time now and everybody salaries to the public. I bet you they wouldn't do it. You know why? Because they know they'd be putting their own selves in danger. So why do it to innocent people who don't deserve it? When Director Davis, you oversee energy supply, he has never called me in, he's never called Mr. Porter in, he's never said you're all doing wrong or whatever. He actually signs these overtimes from the managers and everybody and double track them and everything. Every senior leader in BPL gets a copy of the overtime sheets.
Is it one person though that is reviewing the overtime? Because I think I just found the problem. If one fella doing the overview of overtime, it is quite easy for him to miss something.
But Jose said something at the beginning of the report when he said that the union leader, what's his name again?
Kyle.
That Kyle wanted to know why only the BPL workers taking the heat and not the people who signed. No. We just said.
Yeah,
we collectively said we mad at everybody. Yeah. We want to know who signed off.
I don't suspect that you can't.
We want to know who in the accounts department. We want to know who on payroll. We just said that. We ain't just mad at y'all.
ChatGPT will tell me
because I can tell you one thing. If I had a donkey, I would have ride it too. If I could have get away with getting $400 and something thousand, I would have do it too. I ain't even mad at you for it. I just mad at you when you do it a little properly.
And you know, a great orator once said, you have to ride a donkey or a mule.
So I'm mad at everybody. As a matter of fact, I want an outside
salary
accounting firm or forensic, what you call them? The accounting firms? I need them to come in and do an audit on BPL. Everybody, not just y'all. I don't want people to pick on y'all because if you saying that everybody getting this, that means all of the money from these overtimes and these salaries that people ain't supposed to be getting, that's the money we could use to start doing other things or at least get our bills down somehow.
Yeah.
Rent us some generators.
You know something, you know what I realized?
Tell me.
If you put the squeeze on one person, see, maybe this was to put the squeeze on one person. So you put the squeeze on one person, and it ain't nothing like when you get a small thief, because the small thief can say, y'all mad, I thief a little bit, and Sonny over there with them 2 handful of grape. Then you go and you put the squeeze on Sonny. Sonny say 2 hand.
And Castro out here with them 2 cantaloupe that she's take every day, and she's take food at the cafeteria for her churn every night.
Yeah, maybe this was just a, you know, maybe they smoked the rat hole to see how many rats run out.
Well, anyway, apparently Leslie Miller, who we all know used to be chairman at BPL, and we also know that he encountered this problem because when I was a reporter 2 years ago, not 17, it ain't 2 either, but it ain't 17. They encountered the same issue then, and he tried to make them work the shift systems, and they say they ain't working the shift systems. But this is what he had to say about BPL.
Overtime billed by some $3 million over a 3-year period. Now, with the controversy resurfacing, Miller warns that the problem will continue to fester unless authorities take decisive action.
It's a criminal empire. How is it possible that you could take home that kind of money in overtime? It's not physically possible for no one to work those hours. And you're talking about an organization that represents the rest of the workers. Now the rest of the workers raising hell that if these fellas get that, how come I wasn't in on this? One fella, I was told, bet on a course. This was in March or April, for 2 weeks. 2 weeks now, bet on a course. Came back off the course and took home $31,852.44 in overtime and was on a course for 2 weeks. You figure it out. And ain't nobody get picked up yet. I don't know what the hell the police waiting on. Because how did they get this overtime? Some supervisor had to sign off. Where's that supervisor? This has to be investigated. And we also need to call in Mr. John Bain, one of the best forensic audits in this country, to do an audit of BEC.
The issue is now dominating headlines after Bahamas Electrical Workers Union.
Yeah. I just have a quick question. Ain't none of them looking for no little girlfriend or little thing you can take care of on the side? Because I mean, if you make $31,000 in 1 month, and that's just overtime, that ain't your salary. You need a little food?
Yeah.
I could cook. I could clean a little bit. Well, with that, we could hire somebody to clean.
And then you could just tell me about how stressful your day was, baby.
Yeah, just come, let me rub your head.
The wire was hot?
Rub your little air. What you say about the wire? Oh, my poor baby. What you need? Because listen to me.
Yeah, they stress you. They don't know what such a good man you is, you know. If BPL know the man they have.
Come lay in mama lap. Come tell mama about your day. Tell me what that bad woman at BPL did to you today, because listen to me.
10 years ago, BPL's executive chair salary was $418,000. What do you think it is 10 years later?
I don't know.
Well, salary and emoluments. Don't let me just say salary. Base was $25K a month.
Okay.
So that was what you made as the executive chairman. CEO, sorry, not executive chairman, CEO, 10 years ago.
400-something thousand?
There's no public disclosing of what the...
But see, this is the thing, though. And I'm not trying to take anything away.
Disclosed.
But I don't want to take anything away from line staff because line staff work very hard. But when you move up a chain, your salary is expected to increase. I do not expect anyone to be the head of a company like the only electricity company and make less than $200,000-$300,000. So that would not surprise me.
I also
what
don't
would
expect
surprise me
incompetence at that pay scale, though.
I agree, but what would surprise me is a lineman we're making $300,000 when your salary is $35,000.
Yeah.
So if you're telling me that the chairman of the company or the CEO is making $200,000, I expect that. CEOs of companies all around the world, some of them make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I do not, and they have to have the credentials to do that. Most of these people have to have, on top of master's degrees, certifications after certification after certification.
Sure.
So I would expect them to be paid that.
Sure.
So I'm sorry if you leak their salary to me and it's in that range, I would be like,
I don't know why
okay,
we have to leak
understood.
it. Like, I imagine that if you make a certain amount of money out of the public purse, that should be publicly disclosed. We publicly disclosed the Prime Minister's salary. We publicly disclosed.
But you remember when they said that there was a lady who they brought in, and remember
her name was.
And they carry on so bad
She was
about
the
her
American.
salary, and I thought that it was such a. People was like, oh my God,
Kamala
she's
Hill.
making that, and I was like.
Yeah, but there's nobody that we brought in after her that wasn't paid much.
But you know where
Those
that
paid
you know
much
what that goes right back to the same conversation you had when you have people who ain't making money or who ain't no money.
Right.
When they hear somebody's salary is $200,000, they ready to drop down.
I can tell you that. I won't buy and be easy now.
But y'all bring somebody in foreign to run BPL and see if they're going to work for anything less than $300,000-$400,000.
Yeah.
To head the company, not to be linemen.
But again, so again though, have we been getting the bang for the buck? Or maybe we ain't paying enough. Maybe we ain't paying CEOs of BPL enough money. Maybe we need to go get us $1 million CEO so they can come in there and actually fix the thing because these $400,000 ones ain't working
Just
good.
take it from the overtime.
That's my point.
Well, one thing I do agree with Kyle with when he said, show everybody. Yeah, show everybody. And then let a forensic person go in there, let an auditor
And
go
show
in
us
there.
which one of the
and
bodies should go to jail.
Yeah. Because honestly, one thing I agree with Leslie with, and you know he ain't lie, because that figure come off too quick out of his tongue. 38, whatever. How is it that you get paid overtime and you're not even in the country? And we still having conversations like why this person, I ain't trying to take no money at nobody more, but come on, man, you ought to at least make it look real.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not, sorry, not to cut you off, that's just not him. Because he ain't put in them hours. He put them hours to somebody who put them hours into somebody who signed off on that. This is a whole chain.
But when you believe that you could be cantankerous enough to come on the TV and say, if I as a thief used the getaway driver, no, y'all sound like y'all are colluding. And if you are going to collude, then I am going to throw all of y'all in the calaboose together.
He doing what I would do. I keep telling y'all that. Don't go in no crime with me because if I get catch, I take everybody down. He better than me because that's calling
names. You have
names.
to take the posture that you ain't aware that this wrong.
No,
but you can't
I don't get
come out and say, if I was a thief, he used to get away. Yeah, and you and your getaway driver friend, y'all are gonna be facing east in a minute.
He better than me though. I was saying my little $300,000 and leave and take home $6,000. And y'all worry about me? I was throwing everybody. I don't get catch.
But we have to check. The first thing we have to check is what are the stopgap measures? Who is the first person that reviews it? Mm-hmm. What is the body of people that reviews that revision? Because you can't have one person who say, oh yeah, 90 hours, pay him.
And I'll say this. I would have been impressed with the speech last night if he came into that speech and he said, we did our investigations, and while investigations are still going, initially, this is what we found, that this is what happened, and this person is no longer with the company, and that person is no longer with the company, and we doing this. Because something, what do people say, that the milk ain't right? Something it ain't right. Yeah. Because, yes, y'all could blame them for taking home the money, but someone signed off on that, like they even say. Yeah. So whoever doing the signing off, let's check that. I ain't say calaboose.
No? What we just go do before the calaboose?
Just fire.
Close, we could put them right next to the calaboose.
I know. I just don't like.
I feel like once you send one Negro to jail, he can tell you where all the other Negroes
It just seemed very corruption-y to me.
Yeah, and here's the thing. And the thing is, this is actually the misappropriation of public funds. That is what this is.
It is.
Let's not call it something fanciful. It is misappropriating public funds.
It is. Say y'all neutral woman dangerous. Oh, open up the phone lines. I just saying if the people making the money, they may want to spend something on a little light skin, something.
You know they have $1 Million Man Club in BC. I hear they say they have the $1 Million Man Club.
What you have to do to?
I know, but listen, tell you
I
what
just
to do.
I only want one little
I
down payment
can
on
send
one
you in
house.
as a Trojan horse. You could be a Trojan horse.
If he make $31,000 a month,
Mhm.
he only need, in 2 weeks. Sorry, he make $31,000 in 2 weeks.
Right.
Come on, man, he could give me one little down payment for a house. We ain't even have to be together that long.
You could be a Trojan horse. We can send you on the inside. Once you figure out which one of them got all the money, all I need you.
No,
to
I ain't snitching on my man now.
I want you snitch. We just need to figure out a way to siphon it out of him.
No, I
See, 'cause
siphon it out of him.
it
I's a
ain't-
red woman. I will siphon every cent
It
out of
ain't
that man.
misappropriation when he give it to us. That's gifting.
Who is us?
This is our plan.
Oh no,
You didn't even have a plan before.
You gonna rub his hair with me?
No, that's why
It's
I'm
not
telling
our
you
plan.
to rub his hair.
It's not our plan.
I look at your hand, I look at my hand. Your hand look better for rubbing hairs than mine. You go in there, rub his hairs, put the money, because you.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to help you. You
How?
know, because they're gonna search your account first.
I am a red woman. You don't have to tell
No,
me anything about.
But see, once they have picture of you, you know, you could be in the audit. So they're gonna, you know how they check girlfriend account? Mm-hmm. Don't let that happen to you. Send the money to my account. Because they're not gonna look for that. And then
I can send money in your account. No, thank
yeah,
you.
they can bring you the cash in the parking lot when we come to work.
I straight.
Oh boy.
I straight.
I keep trying to help you get ahead in life.
I straight. Anyway, caller, hi, welcome to the show. You there?
Hello.
Hi.
Did we just talk about our crime on
Uh,
the TV? Commissioner? Go ahead. I can't hear him.
All of this BPL thing that is going on,
Mm-hmm.
all of this reaping and thing what's going on,
Yes.
all these different things that is going on, where is Lincoln being in all of this?
He's still investigating. Take him in New York.
Wasn't he doing? He just did a live on Sunday about who owned the company
BPL.
and
He
da,
did
da, da.
do a BPL thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doing this. I can't catch the live because I can't see the do no phone or no live. I want to hear him on the radio, man. See, there are some people that supported him asking me where he is.
Mm-hmm.
I got to ask you all, that's your leader. Lincoln being the people want to hear from you, man.
Wow.
You know, but Miller,
Hey.
Omo, Jomo is like Omo.
Jomo is in fact like
Congratulations, my
Omo.
friend.
He gone?
Where your people has got these things from? Someone say, Sonny, if this man has HIV, will you still take his money? Where in any of that conversation did we get with sleeping? The first one.
You say you can rub your ears. You can't get AIDS from doing that.
So you only say was gonna rub the man ears?
Yeah, and Cam little something neat.
Yeah, I said cook,
And rub ears.
hire someone to clean,
And rub ears.
and rub his ears.
And then deposit the money on leaving account.
That's all I said.
Over the counter,
Except
of course.
that piece.
Don't wire it. Don't
Y'all is really take a joke and cause people don't even want to laugh no more, man.
Yeah.
But for true, if y'all know anybody who worked there,
Yeah.
just like me the little number.
See, when he give the money to you,
They ain't even have to be seen.
that's still crime. But when you give it to me, that is gifting. They can't send us to jail for gifting.
They know exactly. You take a little something, you know, a little something. Give the people the number.
323-777-5698. 0775.
Let me read some of the comments. Someone say, when you live, huh? Oh,
Hey,
hi,
caller.
Carlo.
Hey, caller.
Hello.
Yvonne, Mr. Brown.
Hey, who?
Mr. Brown.
Hello.
Or Mr. Butler, hey.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, Leslie can't talk because when Leslie then was in power before the afternoon government come in, they give plenty people money.
Yeah, Leslie
but
said he thought
Leslie
they was
said-
crooks then.
Yeah, from then Leslie was trying. Remember when this was in the first time we heard about this,
Yeah.
and Leslie tried at that time to try and implement a shift system,
And they
and
strike
then
on
the
him and
union.
almost playing on the whole of BEC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he trying.
Y'all need to behave, okay?
We'll never behave, but thank
Oh,
you.
Lord.
Someone say, "Oh, now you read. When it comes to money, I could be whatever color y'all want me to be
Right,
for the right amount,
right,
whatever color y'all want me to be."
right.
Just putting that out there.
So
in
you
the
could say you was paying me for consultancy.
I am not paying you any of my hard-earned money.
You just say only thing you're doing is rubbing ears now. Now let's
You
don't
know how hard
overstretch
that
this
is,
story.
especially if they unattractive and they
Not
sweaty.
themselves clean them.
And I gotta
For
rub.
fellas who working 90 hours a week, they clean like a whistle.
But that's because they know they was going on TV.
You ever see fellas who's actually wake?
I like me a good sweaty, been in the road. You look like you could change a tire.
Yeah.
Man, like I just love watching a man be a man. You know?
Yeah.
Like not you. You call the people to help you change the tire.
Yeah.
I like watching a man change
You
the
should
tire.
have been born a slave.
Change
then.
my tire next, babes. Huh?
You should have been born a slave then.
No, I wouldn't make it. I would.
Hello, caller. Hello, caller. No?
Sonny, you think it's that easy to take real man money? Y'all is ever laugh a day in your
But I
life?
can tell you this one thing. If he work 90 hours, all you can do is wait for him to go to sleep. He should sleep for 100. By the time he wake up, the money could be gone.
Hey, listen. Woman been swing man for
From God make the day.
From Samson
the
and
garden.
Delilah.
From that was late. The garden.
Woman been swinging man.
From the
Come on,
garden.
man. Yo, please.
Women won against them from the garden, gents.
Yo, please. Woman been swinging man.
We about 15 to know at this point.
What you mean if it that easy? But somebody just tell me a conversation with a man that wait on this woman, marry this woman from Colombia, bring her all the way here for her to hop on. Whatever flight came, that day, 2 hours later, she hop on another flight and she was gone.
I can tell you that.
Woman been swinging man from...
And you can imagine the fella breathing cup grease and 40 weight engine oil all day. He come home and you could have one green apple from Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret green apple. He and you in love. So maybe I never smelled nothing like that before.
Exactly. Come on now. Y'all gotta know how to work these men. That's your problem.
Boy.
See? You just saying that, Sonny, you look too fine to like a simple man. No, man, I like a simple man. Honestly. I do. I like seeing a man be a man. Is there something wrong with that?
I like getting paid to point. I like to point at things.
See, men like them will never be broke. Let me tell you why. Because they always know how to hustle, they know how to use their hands.
Yeah.
Men like y'all who just like to point, when there's nobody to point at, y'all
Yeah.
start to lose your mind and jump off bridge and thing. Y'all just do weird things because y'all don't know how to use your hand. I need a man that know how to pivot.
I've been using my hand so long, I won't use it no more. I just want to use my hand to point. I like to get paid to point and row.
What you mean until baby reach? No. If you have to have a baby, you ain't a real swinger. You're supposed to swing people without the baby. Because you get swing.
You get it without the baby?
You have to get it without the baby.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. They can soon call like a fuss. Hello, caller. Why we don't have nobody on the phone? Let me
Hello.
give this one shout out.
Somebody right there.
Somebody's there. Hello, caller.
Hi.
Hey, I can't hear them.
I don't know. Yeah, something been going on all day. We could barely hear them in here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, on this whole thing with BPL, I just took a back seat on that because from Kyle said that someone was willing to pay him 6 figures to keep his mouth shut.
We should have known he's making
And then through all the explosion and the blackout, Kyle said nothing. So I was wondering if he got this 6 figure.
Where did you guys
Yeah, he didn't want that 6 figure because he's making his own 6
But
figure.
yesterday, I was trying to call in to you all on the BDF recognition for my brother, Chief Officer, Petty Officer Ross Seymour.
Okay.
And they did a wonderful excerpt on him. And I wanted to congratulate the Defense Force for recognizing him
Yes.
for the excellent person, officer, and captain that he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Ross
All
Seymour
right.
is certainly one of the best to have ever done it. Ever. He's the only thing that could be able to see more than Ross is seaweed.
I like my men who say yes there. Me too. Whatever you want, babes. Whatever you say, babes. Yes, babes.
So to Tiaja,
Whatever you
can I
want,
say
babes.
Tiaja Victoria Miller, your daddy say happy birthday.
Whatever you want, baby.
And he wants you to know, would you stop this? Your daddy Teran Miller and your mommy and your sister and all the other family, Tiaja, they want you to know that birthdays are wonderful and they're happy that you have one.
Whatever you want, baby.
Oh boy.
Yes, love.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What's her name? Tiaja.
Tiaja.
Happy birthday, Tiaja.
Tiaja Victoria.
Oh, that's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Tiaja Victoria. Happy birthday, Tiaja Victoria. I hope you have an amazing day.
From my daddy Teran.
And I hope your daddy, Teran, the only thing he's saying to you today is, yes, dear.
No, y'all don't sign
yes,
up. Y'all
baby.
don't sign up that poor man up
Yes,
for this.
baby. Yeah, it's her birthday. She could do whatever she wants today.
She had
Yes,
one of these-
dear.
she had one of these
yes,
last
baby.
year.
And she gonna have one next year.
That's my point. How much of these we have to celebrate?
I get a conga today, leaving. Leaving, get the conga today. Woman in office all day don't like man in the field. Y'all can't tell me what I like from what I don't like.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know me like
I'm
that?
quite the ruffian, though. You know, it always makes me smile when people see me doing physical labor because they don't expect that I can.
You just called people to change a tire on the side of the road. We don't
Let me
believe you.
again
We
say
don't
to
believe you.
Superintendent Smooth Bethel and the team, what a wonderful team of officers they were. I was in distress. I was in distress. And like, listen, I am a justice of the peace for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And lo and behold, those officers, knowing I was in distress, they refused to let crime happen to me.
Oh.
And as a consequence, I was able to get some assistance from those wonderful officers who I think the Commissioner of Police should give him a Commissioner's Medal of Commendation.
Oh.
Yeah. What they name? PC 941.
PC 941.
LVs.
LVs.
And PC 60.
PC 60.
Sinpri.
Sinpri.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for rescuing this big grown man who could have changed his
Reel
own
that
tire
in. Reel that
off
in.
the side of the
Reel
road.
that in. Reel that in. All right? Because where were you when me and Smooth Bethel were whippersnappers in the organization? Where were you? Nowhere around. And so, this is one of the benefits of being sure that you are always walking on the side of law-abiding. And because I was a law-abiding citizen, they saw me and in distress, and they opted not to let crime happen to me. And so I want to say a special
These
thank you.
fluffy shoes feel good today.
What?
That's me ignoring you. Somebody said, brave message was nice and eloquent last night, but if he wants true success and the plans to change over the years, let areas know possibly 4 or 5 days in advance. You can shut. Oh, they can never do that. You lucky they letting y'all know at 5 o'clock. They shutting y'all on at 6.
I can tell you that.
But
the speech didn't lack anything last evening. Like, it didn't.
I am so mad I even brought that speech back up.
It didn't. It
lacked so much.
Toiletry, you getting better with time,
Toiletry.
Who writing for him now?
I know.
It have to be Latrey, I can tell you that. I know Latrey writing.
Anyway, if y'all know anybody who
Latrey always writes with
worked to
punchlines.
BPL, who
I didn't come here to manage the crisis. I came here to fix it. That's how Latrey writes. He always has trigger punchlines every 2 or 3 paragraphs. That's how I'm able to tell his
Someone said I'm going to miss the chemistry between you two. Well, anyway, don't forget we're still looking for a co-host. We want to let you guys know that I think next week, I don't know. I don't want to say it prematurely.
Right.
But some finalists have been chosen. The first set of finalists, so we're going to have 2 sets of rounds. So the first round, the first set of finalists, I think they have been chosen, if I'm correct. And you're going to begin to see people come on the show with Levin and I. And so they changed how they're going to do it, from what I understand, the whole week. We're going to have somebody different on with Levin and I. And then you guys are going to determine whether they should even come on again with just me.
Isn't that fantastic?
So it don't make no sense that them coming on with both of us and then doing so poorly and then still having to come on with me and make no sense.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. Send a shout out to my girls, please. Kaylin and Kyla and friends, their second day today at NCA. All right. Oh, Lord, y'all is the ones that is go to school. I mean, come on, NCA, man.
They'd been out of school from Jesus, get crucified. How much longer you want them to stay out?
Okay. Well, Kaylin and Kyla, I hope y'all have an amazing school year.
All right.
My light gone off, so I couldn't watch it.
Get yourself a big and serious package from BTC.
You don't even have no AC. Be quiet.
Man, Cool Tech. You know no one from Cool Tech called me. Cool Tech have the Lennox. I understand the Lennox very good at taking the BEC surge. Man, Cool Tech.
You have a Lennox?
Cool Tech.
That rich boy.
Cool Tech, what y'all could do for me,
She
man?
have battery operated fine.
Man, say Cool Tech.
Cool Tech.
See what y'all could do for me, man.
See what y'all could do for me. Make you feel better?
Let's see.